After a historically slow start to 2025, Irvine's residential housing market sprang back to life in March. But did this momentum carry over into April, or are we already back to our sluggish pace? The boost in demand that we recorded last month resulted into more home sales in April, as total sales increased up to 74 detached single-family homes this past month, and this increase in total sales is very typical for this time of the year. However, 74 sales is quite low for an April reading, which should be one of the busier months in Irvine real estate. And it looks like total sales is already on the decline. One of the factors that has been leading to this overall lower amount of home sales is mortgage rates. And well, April was quite a tumultuous month in the world of mortgages. Since the beginning of this year, we have slowly been seeing the 30-year fixed rate decline, and to start April, it even dropped all the way down to 6.60%, marking the lowest rates have been since October of last year. However, that didn't last very long, and in the span of just 1 week, the 30-year fixed rate shot all the way back up to 7.07% before settling back down right around 6.80 to end the month. Unfortunately, the mortgage market was not alone for this bumpy ride, as it was also a particularly volatile month for the US stock market and other financial markets. April 2nd, now referred to as Liberation Day, will likely be featured in US history books to come. The announcement of these reciprocal tariffs sent the US and global economies into a spin. The S&P 500 lost $5 trillion of value in just 2 days, and the Dow Jones experienced its worst day since 2020. The US Treasury market surged in price as investors and foreign governments sold off large amounts of US Treasury bills, expressing concerns about the strength of the US economy and using it as a way to retaliate against tariffs. This led to the surge in mortgage rates we saw in April, as the mortgage market tends to follow the Treasury market quite closely. The combination of economic uncertainty and rising mortgage rates had an immediate effect on housing demand levels. Demand, which is measured by the number of pending sales, dropped from 83 homes in March to just 32 in April. This marked the lowest demand level for April since 2008 and the second lowest monthly reading in that whole time period. This drop in demand led to a continued increase in supply, as homes are currently coming to the market at a quicker rate than they are selling. Active inventory rose to 285 homes in April, driven by the 131 new listings and reduced buyer activity. Despite this imbalance of supply and demand, the average days on market, or average time it takes a home to sell, actually decreased down to just 28 days in April. And this is still way below the current Orange County average of 74 days, and showcases that if homes are presented and priced correctly, they can still sell quickly. The average price per square foot for a detached single-family home in Irvine decreased in April to $970 per square foot. However, this follows a very strong March, during which over 10% of the homes sold exceeded the $5 million mark. From a broader perspective, April was still a strong month for pricing. So where is the market headed in May? Well, looking at April's demand readings, it's pretty safe to anticipate that total sales volume will be quite a bit lower. And economically, when we see demand levels decrease and supply levels increase, we should see a decrease in pricing. However, Irvine's housing market continues to break these basic economic principles, so there is no guarantee that will happen. If we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, the main factors contributing to where this market is headed is going to be mortgage rates and the US economies. And this next month should be very telling in which way this market is headed. So if you're considering buying, selling, renting, or maybe you just want to further discuss this housing market, please feel free to reach out and I am more than happy to help. If I don't hear from you, I look forward to getting to bring you the next Irvine housing market update. Cheers.